I've been coming to games since before I can remember. I grew up in a house just a couple blocks away, 1720 North Front Street, and we moved there when I was about 2. I can't remember ever not coming to games. Even from the time I was very little, so from the age of about 2 to 6, we lived there, and I was at the ballpark constantly. I can't express enough how much this was a part of my life. And I was such a little girl. And so I don't know how many of my memories are really valid or real, but that's what I remember. And my dad would bring me, and I have a lot of memories of being here when the games weren't going on, when the park was rather still and there weren't that many people. So maybe for practices, they let people come in and watch for free. I think even probably when I was 4 or 5, in those days kids wandered around on their own, and I probably came over by myself. And I loved being at the ballpark. I loved the smell of it and the sound of it. And I still love the sound of the bat on the ball, but it taught me to love baseball from a really early age. A lot of times when I was there, even if I was there with my dad, I'd be wandering around the stands, and that's why I think it must have been during practices and not games, because there weren't many people. And I was this little girl, and there weren't many little girls wandering around the baseball field or the baseball stadium, and the wives would make a big fuss over me. So I got to know all the wives of the club, and they'd be really pleased when I would come over and chat with me and that kind of thing, and it was really lots of fun. So I not only learned to have fun there, I learned really about the game, and I learned how the game worked and what to look for in the field. And it really gave me a lifelong love of baseball that I still have, and that has really sustained me and given me just years and years and years of pleasure and enjoyment. I'm a great Phillies fan now. I try to never miss a game on TV. We moved away from Reading when I was 15. We moved to a different part of Reading when I was about 6, and after that we didn't come to games so much. So my memories of the stadium, age 6 to 15, aren't really that many. We did come to the occasional game, but not like when I was really little and I was just here constantly. And it was really such a part of my life. I moved back to southeastern Pennsylvania in 2001. I was married and I had little kids who were 3 and 5. And then I could bring them to the baseball field. So we traditionally have come up a few times every summer. Now my kids are 26 and 29, and we still come up in the summer. When I come back here, it's a fabulous experience for me, because even though it's changed a bit, I mean, the field looks different, the seats are different, but it's basically still the same, and it still holds for me that sense of magic and excitement that it held for me as a little girl.